Hello and welcome to Portfolio assignment for Module 5, where I'm going to discuss about data governance best practices. And my this video cast is focusing on any new team member who's joining our team. So the data governance, as as we have learned through the Module 5, how important it is, where we have gone through the slides where we have learned that how data governance could create so much chaos into the doing a research and collecting the data, where if we are having a bad data quality or bad data governance policy in place. So our goal with this video is to make familiar our new team member how they can imply the best data practices while working on our research project, which we may be working in the future. So very important thing is that we have to utilize the balance and lean governance approach. That means we have to start small and see what is the effect of that, like we started, we evaluate and see how it's going, and based on that we try to expand it. So that's the very important and very first point, is the balance and lean governance approach. Then we should have a broad vision in sense like we involve all the key players, where who's going to be using data, who's going to be supplying a data, so that way we can get their input and we have a broader vision for our data governance policy. And the data quality is very important because, as you know, that very familiar term in the software engineering and computer field is the garbage in is garbage out. So data quality is very important. So ensuring that the data quality is maintained while being persisted, while being transmitted, so the data quality is not compromised in any case. And another thing is the data access. We need to restrict the data access and we need to give the right access to all the people, right? So we have to keep in mind that we have to stop unauthorized access, but data should be available who is required, and without, it should be seamless. It should not be any problem in accessing those data by the authorized person. He don't have to go through so many hoops and all kind of stuff, where it should be very seamless process for him, where the data is available for the patient, for the provider, and for the whoever is generating a content or consuming a content. It should be accessible by them very freely. And another topic I will mention here, the data literacy. The data literacy is a very important, similar to data quality. So if we are not data literate, we don't understand what kind of data is coming, and it will be very hard to identify the bad data and maintain the good quality for the data. So the data literacy is a very important topic in a data governance, so where we make sure like all the stakeholders are aware of how to recognize the bad data and how to recognize which is the good data. Like if you recognize the bad, definitely you will be finding out which one are the good data. And finally, the data content. The data content is like we should have a multi-year plan for our data governance policy. It's not something which can achieve like um, in agile world we can say in one sprint. We cannot. It's like a multi-year program where we are going through like a different set of the data is coming, how they're coming together, how seamlessly we are connecting them and making through that all the committee of the data governance look through the process, how the data is arriving to us, whether we are following all of the best practices while receiving the data and transmitting the data and giving the access to the data. So these are the couple points I wanted to share with you as a new team member. Hopefully this was helpful, and thank you for listening to me.